Now it's time for the explanation of this routine called He Took My Place, using some jumbo Z-fold folders. These folders are exactly what you think they are. They are actually school folders that you can buy in any department store, Walmart, Target, Meijer, if those kinds of stores are near you. And you just need to have two folders that are attached back to back so that you can open two different sides. So if I can make it simple, this is what you're dealing with. A folder that has two openings, okay? This is what it looks like. So basically you take two folders and glue them back to back. These are the nice plastic ones, so they're going to hold up for a long time. And I've simply printed out the sign that says punishment and attached it to both sides. You could do the same thing too. Use the graphics provided with this routine, or make a sign with wording that looks very menacing, punishment. And you're going to want to set it up so that on the inside, on one side, you have a card or a sign that says you and me. This is the first one that the audience is going to see. Then on the other side, you're going to have a card that represents the person of Jesus Christ. It could be a picture of Jesus or just the words. It could also be the symbol of a cross. But what you want to do is have something that represents the person, the Savior of Jesus Christ. And that goes in the other side. I'm going to start with the folder opening so that when I open it, we're opening it to the side that starts with you and me. Simple enough. So guess what? Over here on this other side, we have the exact same kind of folder that's been made with the sign righteousness on both sides. And as you probably have already guessed, when I open it up on one side, right away, righteousness, we have the picture that represents Jesus. And of course, we provide that graphic for you, or you can make your own. And the other side opens up so that you have the sign that says you and me. Okay, these both go into their respective sides. We're going to turn it so that when we open it the first time, we get righteousness. Okay, or I'm sorry, righteousness, we get the picture of Jesus. Okay, so this is set up on my table. One table on each side of my presentation area. Now you could also use just one large long table and put these on opposite ends. Now if you have people that you can trust, you could also have people standing on each side of you with an agreement that they're going to stand still and hold the folders like this. But you may want to choose some older teenagers or adults and let them know that they shouldn't mess around with any of the openings or corners, just to hold it with two hands and hold it steady. I like to keep mine on stage, in view, on these nice little stands. These are just simply product stands. You may have some from other tricks that you own. Otherwise, you might find those online. Okay, so to start with, all we're really doing is exposing the card inside of each folder. So I start with the one that is fun to talk about, righteousness, being right with God. And we open it up, show the picture of Jesus. Okay, and as it goes back in and I set it back, I want the audience to see that I have righteousness on both sides. And so when I set it back down, I just naturally turn it over because I'm going to go from here back over to here and set it down. And then we turn our attention here. We take the heat off of this folder and go right here, the punishment folder. And when we open it, we immediately get the card that says you and me, that we are supposed to be in the place of punishment. And when I show it, I can simply turn it over and set it down. And then my attention goes back and forth between them to let people forget whether or not they're seeing the front or the back of the folder. It doesn't really matter. To them, it just looks the same. So now we can go back to this one and open it up. And this time when we open it up and show the card inside, it is the sign that represents you and me, that we are now in the place of righteousness. And I leave that out and set it off to the side. And you heard me mention that I kept the righteousness on my right-hand side, or the audience's right-hand side, so they would remember righteousness, being right with God. And of course, that means that the punishment had to be taken by somebody. Jesus took our place. And in that way, then I can remove this and show the picture of Jesus and how he was the one who had to take our punishment. I can then set this out and leave this out in front of the audience so that they remember Jesus took my place so that I could be made righteous with God. To give you a little bit better look at these folders, let's take a look. I'll remove the card from inside of both pockets. Again, you have one school folder here that has been glued back to another school folder here. So it looks like a big letter Z, okay? That's why you get the name Z Fold. You label it the same on both sides. That way, you can open it on this side, set it down, and with some time misdirection, you can open it on the other side. So this is just a simple idea. You can find leather wallets that are made like this to do a card switch or some other billet or note inside for mentalism routines, or you could do a cards across kind of routine, or even cash across using the Z-fold or Himber style wallets. We're just doing the same thing with jumbo folders, and that's really what we have. So head to the store, find yourself 4 school folders. Make sure that the 2 that you attach, they match the same color, and you're going to want to make 2 of them so that the cards can switch places. All right, I hope you have a lot of fun with this. And again, it's only left up to your imagination. What else could the labeling be on the outside? What other lesson could you do using a switch folder like this, a Z-fold switching folder? Could cards jump from side to side? Could you take a card that is destroyed or a picture that is punctured and ruined and put inside, and later on it's open to show that it is restored? Okay, just giving you some thoughts and ideas. Have some fun with this. Have fun.